Hey guys, Julia here. Welcome back to another video, and today we're just looking at a few stationery things because I know we all love stationery on this side of the internet. So yeah, today I'm just looking at a few things by Primrosia. I know that name sounds like super fancy, like Primrosia. I've seen them around on Instagram and on Amazon, but hadn't really heard too much about them in the bullet journaling community. So I decided to purchase a thing. They also sent me some things, so I really appreciate that so much. But yeah, we're going to be looking at their markers and two different journals, doing some pen testing, some paint testing, all that fun stuff. So let's just hop right into it. So first we're going to be looking at these Primrosia dual tip markers. This is the pastel set, and the packaging illustration is quite beautiful. And they look to be water-based and come with a brush tip and a 0.4 millimeter fine tip. They're in this cylinder packaging, so let's just pop the top here and check out the colors. Oh yeah, so this is my long-term collections journal. Surprise! It's not very robust at the moment, but it was sent over by the Shop Amanda H. Lee team last year. But in the back of this, I just keep a bunch of swatches from all the markers I have. So we're going to do a pen test for this set and add it to the swatch page while we're at it. But yeah, the brush tip is what you'd expect to see from a brush tip marker. We'll do a Tombow comparison in a bit. But the other side is a pretty fine 0.4 millimeter tip in the same color. But let's just check out these colors and see how much control we can get out of that brush tip. So already this is a pretty robust pastel color set. I'm loving all the different subtle shades of blues, greens, pinks. The yellow and like goldish shades seem like colors I don't currently have in my collection, so that's pretty exciting. I mean, look at that gold, that last gold I just laid down. Oh my God, and this one, yeah, they're just so pretty. Like, I wouldn't necessarily think pastel, but they kind of just fit in that family so well. Love it. The brush tips are a nice medium as far as hardness goes, so I'm getting a good amount of pressure control, which is great for lettering. They feel light enough in my hand for sure, but not like poor quality light, if that makes any sense. But yeah, compared to the Tombow tip, let's see here, and they're pretty similar. The Tombow tip does flare out a bit more, so I'm thinking that you can just get like a larger lettering with that extra flex there. But yeah, definitely comparable. But I love the color, the ink quality, and they're just pretty to look at for sure. Okay, next up is this dot grid watercolor notebook, and can we just take a moment for this lovely box design? So pretty, but the box says it's 160 GSM paper with 160 pages. We have a little product intro, brand story passage on the back, and pulling this thing out, let's see. It's a lovely dusty pink color with some super pretty gold foil design on the front with like a butterfly and some foliage. But it's linen, but not like super texture heavy. It's like a smooth linen, which I actually like. But we have our usual suspects here. We have the elastic closure, a pin loop, and inside. Ooh, we have a little decorative inside flap. I honestly just love how delicate and whimsical all the design elements are with these. Creativity is intelligence, having fun. Love that. We have our little back pocket here. 2 ribbon bookmarks. Okay, pretty standard features at this point, but always just good to know if you're in the market to try something new. Let's see, this paper is pretty white. I wouldn't say it's the starkest of whites, but it's like if vintage white was a thing, I'd say vintage white, not quite off-white or a cream, but the dots are pretty light gray, which I personally enjoy, especially if this is a watercolor notebook. Nice to have guides, but I also personally don't like when the dots are too distracting. Just something to think about there. But all right, let's check out the brush pens in this notebook since they are touting watercolor features as most water-based markers do. So I'm just getting a little swatch down as is. The next swatch is to see if I can pick up any pigment straight from the page. And then I'm trying that faux watercolor technique, which I'm sure will work out just fine, but it's good to be thorough, I suppose. So yeah, pretty much as expected here, the paper does hold quite a bit of water and sucks the marker pigment right up, so you can't really watercolor as is with these pens, which is totally fine because they aren't technically watercolor paints, but it did drag just the smallest amount of ink to the right. And for the faux watercolor, I'm just scribbling in a palette here. You can also use a plastic bag if you don't have a palette, but I'm just picking up the ink with a water brush and painting on the paper. This is also performing as expected as I'm dragging the color across. Very good. The ink is nice and vibrant and it blends out pretty nicely here. Now I want to try some, I guess, true paint medium here. I'm using my Derwent Graphitini, I don't know how to say that, Graphitint watercolor here. And yeah, this is pretty much as expected as well. This is definitely more pigmented and moves across the page more smoothly. And again, the paper has that watercolor texture, so everything just soaks in really nicely. Turning that page over, I'm just checking for any severe paper warping or bleeding or buckling, and there's nothing here, which is awesome. I do believe watercolor paper is typically a little thicker than 160 GSM. I could be wrong, but yeah, this handled the paint really well, and it's just really a pretty good notebook overall. Okay, last thing we're gonna look at, and honestly, super excited. The most excited about this is this pastel page watercolor notebook. Super adorable foodie illustration on the box here. The colors are again very pastel, very whimsical, but sliding this out, you can see it has a similar vibe to the last journal, but it's giving us some bubblegum bakery vibes. Oh my God, what even is bubblegum bakery? Anyways, it does have some cakes and pastries embossed on the front and has a linen cloth-like texture, a minty green elastic, which was unexpected, but super cute. On the inside here, we have a similar setup as the last journal, not exactly the same. The pattern is different. Ooh, the front is really pretty too. Okay. Now the pages, look at this, you guys. We have some alternating pastel dotted pages here, and I may be basic AF, but I've never seen another journal with these sort of like soft pastel colors with dot grids. But looking at the pages, we have this mustard, pale mint, a strawberry color, and let's see, a cream color, and then, okay. Then it just repeats. But yeah, let's test some things on the strawberry paper first. So I'm pretty much going through the same motions here with the Primrosia markers to see how they perform on this paper. I honestly expect them to behave the same, but you never know. Okay, maybe not. I didn't get any ink to drag here with the water brush. I guess that's fine. Again, these aren't watercolors, so I'm just gonna try this faux watercolor technique here. Ooh, this is weird, y'all. So I'm sure you can see that it's not really like sinking like into the paper, which is weird for watercolor paper. It's just kind of like pooling on top there. I'm actually super confused. So confused that I'm just gonna keep trying to work the paper a bit more here to see if I can get it to act right. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, we're gonna try the Derwent Paints. So this is acting a little bit better, but I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of weird. Like I don't know how to explain what's going on with this. So maybe there's some sort of like wax on the paper. I'm not sure. Like obviously it's functioning as paper, but it's just not behaving how I would think, I guess. I must say that the pink is almost an underpainting or background. That's sort of beautiful, but I gotta get used to this. I definitely am wanting to try more things on here because I'm just really intrigued by what's going on with this paper. But I'm gonna try another paper color, I think. Maybe it's just the pink. Maybe I chose an odd sheet. I don't know, but going back in with this Derwent paint, this seems a little bit better. The paint still just kind of sits on top of the paper in a way I wasn't expecting, but I'm thinking it just may take some brain adjustment. Again, I love how you can kind of use the paper color here as like an underpainting, like a mood setting element for the rest. I think obviously I'm a little shook by the paper and not necessarily in a bad way. I just was expecting regular ass watercolor paper with color, I guess. But I'm also going to try out some jelly gouache with a little bit of water added to see what happens. There may be no difference, but I'm already in this rabbit hole and here we go. So yeah, this is still weird. But I'm kind of getting the hang of it. Please excuse my messy paints over there. Had a little cross-contamination moment. No big deal. Okay, I didn't expect this video to take this turn, but I'm just gonna go in with a regular paintbrush with no water to see. I don't even know what I'm seeing at this point. Curiosity and intrigue has taken over. Okay, well, this is going on really well. Like, whatever coating is on this paper seems to allow you to drag the paint around, but it just takes a bit of time to sort of soak into the paper, I guess. I don't know. That's just my guess. If anyone knows something that I'm missing with this, let me know down in the comments. But I'm just trying a little subtle monochromatic blend here, just using water for that middle area to blend. And yeah, this actually looks fine. So just maybe it takes some getting used to, I guess. I'm going to check one more time to make sure this is supposed to be watercolor paper. Yep, definitely says watercolor paper. Okay, well, I still say it takes some getting used to. Okay, last thing, let's look on the back here. There's a little bit of buckling, but it's really not too severe in my opinion. Got some paint there. Getting a little messy, but that's my life. But I guess that's it for this look at Primrosia. And even as this dries, I'm loving the look here with this blue watercolor. These both actually are really nice dried up. I love that underpainting. But yeah, such a cool concept for a notebook, right? But yeah, I think that's going to do it for this look at Primrosia. Let me know your thoughts. I know my thoughts got a little chaotic there, but let's chat about it. I'll leave links to everything down in the description for you, but thanks for watching, you guys. Be sure to like the video, and I'll catch you all in the next one. And if you like this video, here are a couple more I think you would enjoy.